what you do, you won't work a day in your life. And that is facts. And the same for studying. If you love what you're studying, you won't study a day in your life. You'll only study for 4 years straight and have only 2 hours of sleep a week. If you clicked on this video, guess what? We already have one thing in common, so you should probably consider subscribing to this channel and liking this video. Hi guys, I'm Adrienne. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be kind of explaining, helping you how to decide what to study. Some of them tips will be very practical and some of them will just be personal advice from someone who's been there, done that, gotten the t-shirt. I didn't get a t-shirt, I got a UCT hoodie. But I've been there, that is the point. And I got a cap as well, which you'll see in my up and coming videos. So the first practical step I want to give you today about deciding what it is that you want to study is knowing what you want to study. Lol, no. Is doing an aptitude test. So you can get these online, sometimes your school offers it in like life orientation, whatever. But doing an aptitude test will more or less give you advice on, it depends on the type of aptitude test. They'll kind of tell you like you more like a sciencey kind of person. Or some of it will be like more straightforward, like you should be a doctor. Depends which aptitude test you do take. So the first thing that I would say is go on the aptitude test and see what they say. Don't necessarily just pick the first thing that the aptitude test tells you and now you're sitting in a career because the aptitude test told you you must do this and you don't like the career and you hate the studying and you're just miserable every day of your life. Don't do that. Just use the aptitude test as a guideline and hopefully it'll help you get some kind of guidance as to what exactly you should be. Step number 2 is what I actually did. So, practical step number 2. I went to UCT Career Services and I booked a session with a career counselor. If you study at UCT, you can go there all the time like for free, you just have to make an appointment. But if you're not at UCT, you have to pay for this. But totally worth it in the end. So for those of you that don't know this about me, my dream was actually to be on a stage performing all the time, but not like Hollywood vibes, more like Broadway vibes, like on a stage where I can see people and then they can clap for me or they can like throw me with like food and stuff like that.
Boo! You stink!
That was what I wanted to do. And at the other end of the spectrum, which is like two total opposite things, I wanted to study geomorphology. So fortunately, unfortunately, at the time, I don't know if it's different now, but every university in Cape Town specifically, so Stellenbosch, UCT and UWC did not have geomorphology as a subject. So I went to the career services lady and I was like, look, I either want to act or I want to do geomorphology. She was like, this is the weirdest combination I've ever heard in my life. So I was like, that ain't why I'm here though. Don't judge me. Just give me the advice, please. So I basically asked her, like, as far as the acting career, like, bonus point, ask specifically what career opportunities there are. It's one thing to say I'm going to study something but there's no demand for it and then you have a degree and you're stuck for 5 years with no job. So that's what I asked. I said, if I pursue this acting thing, performing arts at UCT, like what is my career opportunities afterwards? And this lady was like, you can basically make it in the industry or you can teach acting. And then I just sat there and I was like, is that it? 2 options. She was like, yeah. I'm like, I hate teaching, that's cancelled. Make it in the industry, South Africa, so kind of that's half semi-cancelled. So I was like, yeah, no, this is not a thing. So she actually suggested then that I do what I ended up graduating with, which was film and media, which is basically the behind the scenes stuff. So instead of acting, I studied directors, Martin Scorsese, Spike Lee, then even Charlie Chaplin at some stage. Then we studied a whole lot of genres, like horror and Spanish and all this crazy stuff. And then I even did series at some stage. I studied anime for a while. I did a whole half-an-hour presentation on Orange is the New Black. So that is what I ended up doing. And then getting more into the specialization section of my degree. Again, I graduated with a specialization and not a major. Big difference, y'all can Google that. So the specialization, I decided to not do screenwriting or like videography. I decided to do multimedia, which is basically everything. So photography, video, audio, I think that was it. There might have been another one. But that, like, I wanted to have at least an average knowledge on all of them as opposed to just one knowledge on one thing. and so that's only like 12 of you get to work on max and all this stuff. Long story, you can check that out on my other UCT advice video. So then that's what I did, because that's what she told me to do, and I do not regret it at all. Now into the not so practical textbook version of what to study. My advice to you would be, do not study something that you are not passionate about or do not enjoy. So what I'm saying is, mine was still close, like acting, film, is same WhatsApp group, you see. But it would be different if I all of a sudden went to study accounting. Like, why am I doing that? So I would say, from my personal opinion, is not to study anything necessarily because your parents told you to do it, and not study anything because it's going to bring you a lot of money. My whole thing was, I wanted to be happy and enjoy what I did. And when you enjoy what you do, you don't work a day in your life. Straight facts. So basically, it's about finding what you enjoy and then seeing what career you can do with that. And again, making sure that there is actually a demand and there is actually career opportunities once you graduate with this degree of this thing that you want to do. Lucky for me, my parents were super supportive. They were like, look, you have to study, but you can study whatever you want. That also being said, the study what you want thing kind of helps. If you don't really know what you want to study, you're probably a humanities. You are probably a humanities baby. So with humanities specifically, you have to just choose 2 majors. So 2 majors is something that you have to study for 3 years straight. Like, you can't pick it up and drop it and stuff. So your electives, you can literally just pick and choose and pick and choose and pick and choose. I picked and chose, so picked and chose, picked and chose, ish, whatever. Like, different things. You couldn't tell by my little typo in my mouth that I actually did English. I majored in English for a while, for like 2 years. Then I dropped it. I just got too busy with radio, subordinate studying. Like, I was sleeping like on average while I was at res, like 3, on a good day 5 hours. So there was no time for me to be reading like this thick books. I don't have one of them books with me here now, but it's like really thick books and I didn't have time for that. And so I dropped English. I took some random course of social work, so I have some social work skills in my brain. I did a religious studies course, I did a history course, and these are all electives. Like I said, your majors, you obviously have to finish from beginning to end in order to have a degree in something. You can't just have one semester, oh, I'm a doctor and I studied for 1 semester. No. So the majors, you have to complete the full 3 years, and then your electives is just random stuff. So that also helps you to kind of navigate, like, okay, where do I want to go? What do I want to do with this? A lot of the humanities kids, a lot of my friends went from, I'm majoring in psych, to no, I'm majoring now in whatever, English, I want to be a journalist, I want to do this, I want to do that. So if you don't know what you want to study, most probably check humanities. That's for the people that brains cannot be put in a accounting box, a doctoral box or anything like that. It's generally for the more creative minded people. So again, couple of practical steps, couple of not so practical steps. Didn't want to go too much in detail. Like, it's really just a matter of finding yourself, knowing yourself, and most importantly, doing what you like. You know, the saying goes, if you love what you do, you won't work a day in your life. And that is facts. And the same for studying. If you love what you're studying, you won't study a day in your life. You'll only study for 4 years straight and have only 2 hours of sleep a week. I'm just joking. But it really does make a difference to actually enjoy what you're studying. It just makes doing all that work easier. Like, I wrote 5,000 word essays on a movie, or 5,000 word essays on an article that I read or something, and it was fun. It wasn't tedious. You're thinking, yeah, 5,000. Like, it's okay because I enjoy it. So it makes the whole studying process not like I want to kill myself, like I hate my degree kind of vibes. I enjoyed my degree. I was very successful in my degree. You can watch my UCT advice video if you hadn't, and you'll see I got on the Dean's list there, which basically means all my subjects together by the end of the year added up to at least 70%. So Why? Because I liked what I was doing. I enjoyed it. I wanted to do it even when they weren't telling me to do it. I watched extra stuff. I read extra stuff because it was interesting. So, key to success is to do what you love, kids. Don't listen to your parents! Unless they're paying for your degree, then maybe you want to listen a little bit. But definitely just do what you love and you'll find out. You'll know. Just take some time, find yourself. And bonus tip, if you don't know what you want to study, take a gap year and figure it out. It's pointless you're going to spend all that time, all that money studying something that you don't even know if you want to do it. So then just take a gap year and we'll try again the next year. So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. You can comment below any other suggestions, any other questions or comments you want to make. You can DM me on Instagram as well. And don't forget to check out the rest of my UCT advice series where I cover everything from getting into UCT, getting on the Dean's List, room tours, and all the way up until my graduation. So thank you so much you guys for supporting my channel, for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.